man work in his own basement without getting barbecued?
Chapter 12, The Ageless Palace. Marked as the Palace, even though this palace does have a name, it's called Palace, or Palace, whatever. The Holy Kingdom of Altean had come into being 6 centuries earlier, when the region's numerous city-states were unified under one monarch. The first king, Adra, had fought valiantly to accomplish this, wielding 3 weapons he came to call his regalia, gifts from the gods, some said. The kingdom Adra forged was pronounced holy, its kings were esteemed. With Altean's aid, 6 more independent kingdoms sprang up in their own time. But Altean was always the greatest, and now, Marth was about to take his first walk through its historic palace's halls. Although it's looking a little bit like the Minor Cathedral in Path of Radiance, I mean, I'm just saying, just low-key, on the down low, just saying. Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Replay Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. I am on a high right now because I just got done doing, having a very solid recording of Fire Emblem Heroes. Getting through the new story map right now, because that's out right now, and I don't want this to go to waste, so I better make sure this counts. So I'm gonna try to get through this with a nice feel-good attitude, and don't want to waste the good vibes we've got going on. The good vibrations. So you notice I have a lot of money now. I spent since the last recording, I spent a good deal grinding up in the arena Linda and Julian, who got me the lion's share of the money. And I just did Linda because bias and want to make sure her tome rank is up to snuff when she class changes, and Julian because he needs the heart strength to carry. I was going to do a forge for this map, mainly for Mathis, but it turns out the forge is actually very expensive and for very little gain. So I'm going to save the money actually and wait until the next map to do a forge like I wanted to. I was contemplating forging a hand axe, but no, I think I'll save the money I have for it just in case the original plan that I have for the next map falls through. I got spirit dust. Nah, not worth it. On you, giving it to Merrick. Definitely more worth it on you. That's my boy. Especially considering how much of a gain that Linda has gotten through. Look at her right now. She's gotten quite good. Just going casually through, and she be the strong one now. And gotta keep it up. Gotta keep the flavor going in, the hype flavor, the satisfactory flavor. Take that hand axe. Because we're gonna have fun with this thing soon. Now we're getting to the point where we're gonna have to start legit picking and choosing my dudes carefully. Okay, so I'm dropping these 2 for this map so I can bring, yeah, these 2. They have to come. They have to come. And I'm also going to drop Grease for now so I can bring Minerva. I'm not going to talk about the map just yet. I'm going to rearrange a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. Truthfully, I don't really need to bring Frey, but I feel like I'm going to need him a little bit anyway, just to be on the ultra safe side. And since I'm not using Reese for this map anyway, I'm going to take that barrier that's on him and take it off his hand, because it's gonna be handy for the boss for this map. That's something I'll tell you as a cold hard fact. So, in the lore, I'm probably gonna be saying this whenever I feel like I should for this game, because I do love me some Altean lore. how Nyna escaped from the Pale's palace was that she, when Grust came a knocking, she tried to hold up a good fight using the dudes that are currently jailed up in the cell. Spoilers, she lost badly. She lost very badly. Speaking about to lose badly, this guy's about to lose very badly. Go for him immediately because he has a warp staff. One of the many in this game that you can just abuse to perfection. Give me that gorgeous warp staff. And some extra loot on the other hand. So Nyna, she tried. She put up a decent effort against some randos, but it really didn't amount to much. Saying that now, it amounted to just basically bupkis. And once Camus started coming down, that was it. That was pretty much it. Things were really dire. Medea, firebrand that one. Once they came to, Camus was like, "Hey guys, you did well, but I don't want to kill you. So do yourself a favor and stop, or I might not be able to stay at my hand anymore." And Medea is just basically as plain as possible. Screw you, and attempts to like she goes right for the jugular on Camus. I think she legit tries to throw a punch. And Camus is like, "Nah, bitch," and sidesteps. Like, gotcha. And that was a funny joke. So basically Camus is like, here's this sick ultimatum. Follow it, and I'll make sure things go well for you. Otherwise, you are so messed if you don't. So, I'll take care of you, but you gotta trust me, okay? And she's like, okay. And, but Camus required collateral. One of them being Gradivus, which is one of the regalia that was stored here. The other being those guys. They are the collateral. They were held prisoner. Meanwhile, Nyna was allowed to make her escape with Camus safely. All of this was a Bandai Saddle-of-You map, which got lovingly recreated for FE12, the sequel to this game. The Bandai Saddle-of-You, if you don't know, was an ill-fated add-on that the Super Famicom had in Japan, where basically they would have some games and you would be able to stream live audio from it. It's old news now, but Fire Emblem had one of these for FE3. They had 4 maps of these for FE3. They had Nard voice acting. It was pretty hype for today. And all of those 4 maps were recreated for FE12 in the Bandai Saddle-of-You special maps. No voice acting, and unfortunately, none of the cutscenes managed to survive the transition either. There were some pretty good cutscenes there, but everything else was represented through text well enough. So give and take. It was all right. It was okay. Like those maps are pretty. Those maps are pretty neat, I guess. They're also hard. They're also hard as shit. But the concept was cool, and the maps themselves, when they were reintroduced into FE12's state of being, they did well. They did pretty well. So anyway, about these prisoners, Medea is the only who's worth your time, because she's the only good one. Like, really. Right now, her bases are basically that of Jagan's, although she doesn't have B lances. That's her fault, unfortunately. but she's actually legit cool. Like, she's like legit cool. Just beta Isadora from FE7, because she came first. Trivia note is that Medea's age in the novelization is 23. Ripe young lady, that one. She's serviceable. Like, you can use her out of the box. She has actually decent growth rates, and if you reclass her to something else, like Swordmaster or Sniper, she can get away with it thanks to the fact that they have not only good bases for their Wrath on the down low, but also they start with C rank in their weapons, so she can use Steel and kill her right away. And get a nice little power boost on the down low. It's good. Medea's alright. Actually, legitimately cool character. I like her. I like Medea. Can't say the same about her job squad though. Oh, her job squad. I have words for. Well, I have words for one of them. The rest are just kind of. They really are just jobbers. Reinforcements. Reinforcements will appear here every, starting from turn 3 and every other turn until turn 9 or 11. I think I put that on the notes. Yeah, until turn 9. They'll keep coming until turn 9. So then you got Boa, who's basically reject Wendell. He's nowhere near as cool as Wendell. He's a bishop too. At least, I mean, he has the same ranks as Wendell. Well, sort of. He has like a staff rank. But he can't hold a candle to. Oh. What a pretender, this loser. Thomas, Dolph, and McKellen. These two had really goofy face sprites in the original. I like how Dolph starts with a C ring and this guy starts with one level and just a whole different weapon rank, and Thomas starts with a C rank and bows. So, yeah. They have something going for those two, at least in terms of weapon ranks, but otherwise, they are wholly unremarkable units. In the faintest breath and just being as nice as possible, they are wholly unremarkable. And I say that with just being as nice as possible. For the most part, all of them support with each other. Like they all support the crew, and they all are supported by the crew. Boa is supported by Marth for reasons, because Marth is Marth. Bless the lad. He tries and wants to be the dude that carry and everything. But this is Shadow Dragon. He's not quite there yet. We're actually gonna come up to a conversation he has later on, like next map. Yeah, next actual map. He's gonna have a very telling conversation by the end of that map. And one of the other notches I can give to the localization, because they did a good that one. They did a good that localization. So the creative Shattered rocks. That's why Camus wanted it so bad. Like it's legitimately it's part of the description. They maintain that description in Echoes as well. Like it shatters rocks. That's like one of the actual things you know about the Griffiths. I don't know, I'm bringing that up because it's the regalia. It's part of this map, I guess. So here comes the remaining crew squad coming in hot, featuring this guy, Kyle Heimler. More or less a generic boss. Like, there's nothing really remarkable about him. He's just a dude. He doesn't even have a boss code. He's like Cameron or Maxime in FE7. Fairly unremarkable guy. Like, for the longest time, what was it? Serenus Forest, like, they kind of listed him for some reason as being an unused boss in FE1, but he was there. I have proof of that because he was there in the LP. He showed up he's in this map as a boss. Also didn't have a quote in FE1. But yeah, he was a boss, alright. Not much, but yeah, he was there. I'm not opening that door. I don't think they have unique conversations with anyone in this. Like, anyone at all. But Medea has to survive at least. The rest can die, but Medea has to survive because she recruits someone in the next map. And I like that guy. I like that guy too. A little bit. He's kind of a fuckboy in the next game, but this game he's alright. So yeah, I got off of a really nice high from recording Heroes today, because well, it was just me talking about Radiant Dawn and my relation to Fire Emblem Warriors. I can probably talk about it again here, I guess. Because why not? My boy! Coming back! He's coming back hot. Somebody stop him. You know what? No, I want to maintain the use of the Hellfire, because that's what I'm going to forge next. Here's the next set. So I said this during the Heroes recording, but I fell in love with Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, yeah, I got Fire Emblem Warriors. You know, so I'm doing a playthrough of it right now from stream. I recently finished through it last week. Like last Wednesday, I finished playing through the story mode of that game, and I love Warriors. Unironically, I love that game. I am so glad I gave it a chance. I'm glad I listened to you guys in the comments. Thank you a lot for actually helping my opinion along. Really, you guys helped my opinion along for deciding on if I should get Warriors or not. I'm glad I listened. I'm so glad I listened, because it's a really, really fun, really cathartic game to play. Story mode, especially, was a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be. Given Fire Emblem's track record, the source material of the Warriors games, it turned out to be a lot of fun. Like, a lot of fun. Like, I legitimately enjoyed the story mode. Unironically, I enjoyed it because it was so deliciously, unabashedly camp. And I actually learned to like the lemon heads. And I know, that's really weird for me to say, but I learned to like the lemon heads. And not just and the story mode was just like one of the reasons why I ended up really liking the game. The presentation, long story short, the presentation of the Warriors blew me away. Koei Tecmo, they did a very good job with it. I can tell you that for free. They did a fantastic job with this game. To the way the characters interacted, the voice acting. I've heard plenty of complaints about the English voice acting. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Maybe because I'm so used to dubs. I'm so used to watching dub stuff, but I didn't really find anything that was really off-putting. I think a lot of people in general complain about Camilla's or Hinaka's voices. I didn't see it. Like, I saw it. I do prefer their original voices. But I guess the only case I could make was for Camilla's. Only Camilla's, really. I mean, even I still think she sounded fine. Above the rest. So if I put Marth in there, Himmler can't reach. We'll put him there. He can take both of them. With the rapier, I'm not gonna use the weapon sword. We should maintain those its height precious uses. Bring Linda down so she can heal. Its presentation was very good. It was very, very good. The characters all spoke to one another, and they all spoke well. There was lots of nice dialogue, funny, very funny meta moments. I had a lot of fun with the meta moments. The whole arcs that they were going through, I thought they were pretty well handled for the most part. Stupidness of the Fates arc aside, like there is no forgiving the wonkiness of the early portion of the Fates arc, but aside from that, the rest of it was rock solid for me. Like no general complaints. Speaking of general, there's one right here. How's it going, dude? Doesn't even move, so I'm just gonna go like what's up. Use silver. What's up? It was, and the supports. Oh, child, you guys weren't kidding with the supports. Mwah. Great. They were supports are easily one of the best parts about Warriors. Even though there's only like one set of supports per set of characters, they are very well written, and they're very long and well acted too. This is not even just going into history mode. History mode is an entire different can of worms altogether. I can tell you that much too. Crit. It was very telling that once the game was over, I immediately told Ron I want to play more. Like, quick and dirty, I want to play more. Like not just history mode, I wanted to play more story, because I legitimately had fun with the game's story mode. My strength level up there, Jagan. He's actually turning into a reasonably good unit right now. Like low-key, long-term good unit. Yeah, use silver here. And crit! That was good. Okay, because, he needs love too. I'm just saying, big Murphy, he needs love too. Can you crit me? You can crit me. I'm not gonna full warp that. Math at him. Well, I mean, I could. There's a safe point right there. Yeah, but now would be the time to do it. Save or report one. I don't need that anymore. That's old news now. Leonel, that's 20,000 G's, hard cash. More for the forge money, because this is the most interesting part about this LP right now. The hype forge money. But yeah, history mode also turned out to be pretty fun. I thought it was just gonna be kind of like a quick and painless type story mode, because like what I thought history mode was going to be was like, okay, so for those of you who don't know, history mode is like, it has these maps, like these scenario setups that are ripped straight from other Fire Emblem titles that are currently in its keeping. It has one of maps from three main stories that it has set up currently. The three main series that it represents: one for Awakening, one for Fates, and one for Shadow Dragon. As well as one from FE7 and one from Gaiden once you finish the main story. Basically, they just recreate the story of that map using the Warriors cast. Nice art scroll. And it is surprisingly very fun. I was like, why is that guy down there? I was like, now I see why. He's about to target Minerva. He's about to target Minerva hardcore. I'll play with it. Let's play with expectations then. So I thought it was just gonna be like there were gonna be like you play on an actual recreation of the game map as a standard Warriors map, but no, actually there are enemies placed on the physical map plane, and when you select an enemy, you just do a mission. It's a mission. Using nice role reversal, using the maps from the game itself. and just different requirements from here and there, and there's a lot of grinding and replay value you can have from it. This turned out Warriors turned out to be one of those games that I had a lot of fun grinding in, which is next to impossible. I'm one of those people that do not enjoy grinding, which is why, try as I might to like to play Grand Blue Fantasy, I can't really get into playing Grand Blue Fantasy, mainly because the grinding curve is so heavy. But this game knocked it out of the park. It's one of those games I can come back to. Although I'm taking a break right now after I got Oboro's Opus weapon. Opus is basically some characters in Warriors, they have their personal weapons. In fact, the lion's share and the majority actually have their own personal weapons, and you can upgrade them by giving them by finding their skull unique to that weapon, and then getting 10,000 kills on it. It triples their attack power. Aw, sad. And then you find the Opus Scroll, which is unique to the DLC only. Starting with the DLC maps, you get the Opus Scroll, and then it triples the attack of that particular weapon again. And then they become absolutely ridiculous. I got that one for Oboro, and I was like, yeah, that's enough. That's enough playing around. I'm gonna need a break, because I've been playing Fire Emblem Warriors so much that I haven't really got a chance to play Super Mario Odyssey. It's that good. Although I have a very special, unique case in terms of why I've been holding off of playing Super Mario Odyssey. I don't really want to ruin that game's experience for anyone or anything. I just wanted to just take it nice and slow, with no one around the house, which I'm probably going to do when this recording is over, because now I have plenty of time to do that. Coming off of a good recording high, and there's still plenty of day left where I can play and just have fun with it. It'll be a good time. But more than anything else, here Warriors filled in this deep-seated void that Heroes could not have done. In the nearly 1 year that Heroes has been a thing, and trying to satiate my my love for Fire Emblem, and just having a crossover set of characters goofing off and just having a good run. Warriors managed to do that what Heroes could not do in just 3 weeks of me playing the game. 3 weeks! Despite its more limited scope, its presentation is head and shoulders above Heroes. And Heroes, I said this as well, Heroes is currently making Nintendo and Nyna money hand over fist. They have plenty of reasons right now to try and improve the presentation, and in fact they're trying to do so, at least from cursory glance, since Heroes is taking a survey right now. Like a couple weeks ago they started taking a survey for player feedback, and they have proposed some added new additional modes to play, and I hope it goes through. I really hope, because I don't want to hate Heroes. I want it to be good too. I want to have some fun with this goofy, stupid mobile game. But Warriors, that game just legit blew me away, and just how much fun it was. I love Fire Emblem Warriors, and it makes me so pumped for the Shadow Dragon DLC, which is gonna at least in a couple of weeks. It's slated for February. I plan to do a lunatic mode playthrough of the story mode using the Shadow Dragon cast and Rowan. Just them.
Hadouken! Hadouken!
No, the Shadow Dragon cast. I mean the DLC cast. The Navarre, Linda, and Minerva. You want to know something else? I feel bad that I had to drop Sita for this one, because I've always liked Sita, but Warriors made me really like Sita. like, really like Sita. Like, she was a lot more enjoyable than I thought I could get out of her, and yeah, generally more fun as a character than she was in Heroes. I think Mel made this brought this up, but there was a thing with some of Sita's character lines of her being portrayed as like weak and like, oh, Marth, help. Hi everybody, talking to you from the future. Yeah, I accidentally hit my microphone at this part. I sat up and I nudged my elbow against the mic and I hit the mute button by accident. So yeah, the rest of this video is post-commentary because I muted the audio track. My bad. So, I was talking about Sita in her characterization between Fire Emblem Heroes and Fire Emblem Warriors, because I have since this recording, this is like 2 weeks later, I've seen the comparison, and I have the legit point of contention right here. Her level 40 quote in Heroes is basically, it says this: "Your strength has always impressed me. I've always felt weak, needing protection from others. I was envious of your strength, but I think I got it figured out now. Your strength comes from your league of your allies. My weakness could be your strength." That's a little horseshit! I'm just gonna say that front. That's a little horseshit. Considering that Sita is a very, very strong-willed individual in most instances of her character, and definitely in Warriors, she's more reluctant of a fighter than anything else. She's more of a reluctant kind of a lady, and evidently I only unlocked one of her supports currently, and that's with Marth, duh. But even with that support, that support is just basically Marth and Sita going back and forth, worrying over each other's safety because they're worried about the well-being of the others through all the constant infighting fighting going on in universe and out in their world and in the world of Warriors. Sita always trying to look after Marth, and it's like, I'll always be by your side to protect you, and Marth's like, no, you shouldn't do that, like, because you're special to me and stuff. And it's like, stop that. And she just gives him the truth pause. It's like, this is stupid. It's like that hero's characterization is wrong. She's not like that at all. I think that was the big point of contention that Mel made, and I see it for truth now. They goofed there. They definitely got her wrong there. She was a lot of fun. I like her a lot. So like, I didn't talk about this during the portion of the recording as I was winding down. There were problems with Warriors that I had, and I typed them all up in the video description that I had. Thanks, Hank. Like, these were the problems I had with Warriors. Like, the maps, after immediately finishing playing through Fire Emblem Warriors, started watching Michael Kelsper, his old LP of Dynasty Warriors 8 at Ron's suggestion. A lot of fun. That game is a lot of fun. And the maps in that game were a lot better. They felt a lot more organic. Although they're a lot more linear as well. Not a lot of the maps in Fire Emblem Warriors are very linear. They are constructed in such a way that they can be used for a whole mess of configurations through missions. That's fine. I think Koei Tecmo did that just to ease newer players into it. I'm pretty sure that was the case in Hyrule Warriors as well, considering the map comparison that Ron showed me between Fair and Woods and the World Tree. That works. The maps were a bit dull in retrospect, but they're not terrible. They weren't terrible. Like, the only really bad maps I could think of, just like air quotes bad, would be like the generic stuff like the Kingswood, Desert Arena, the Awakening and Fates maps for the most part are just kind of meh. They got some really good ones with really nice locales and decorations and stuff like Aetolus Castle, the World Tree, and the Inner Space. Those are my top 3 and Warriors maps. I wish there could have been a few more maps to play around in, but for what we got, those were good. Anyway, the boots! Got the boots! Normally, Marth would call dibs on the boots instantaneously. Like, even for just a casual low-key hint, put the boots on Marth. Because he's going from place to place a long time. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm giving the boots to Jake. Because he would like the stretch route, just so he can have normalized movement to most foot infantry. I'm biased as hell, too. But, yeah, enemy density in Warriors is also very massive compared to other Dynasty Warriors games. Like, you would have to try to get 1,000 KOs on a map for the most part, where it's downright mandatory to do in Fire Emblem Warriors at least for Anna's Mementos, and it's very easy to start racking up 1,000 kills in most instances. Player kills anyway, not total. Named enemy characters, just seeing the named enemy characters do Muso specials, and oh, here's the boss, Fulzen. He's the progenitor of Douche Blast, because he's got Bolganon. He's also kind of a little bit on the fast side with his 14 speed. He's got 11 attack speed right now. He could match wits with any of my mages, and even Linda can only just barely not double him if she was able to fight him. Bolganon's powerful stuff. Second only to Thoron in terms of spells that only the common man can use. Just good stuff. Enemies in Warriors. I wish named enemies could use their Warrior specials, since I know Warrior specials are much more player friendly to use in Fire Emblem Warriors compared to character Musos and Dynasty Warriors, since they are heavy screen clearing and unblockable. I think they could have made an exception, but just give you fair warning. Like, they give you an audio cue when a character uses a Muso in Dynasty Warriors, so you can either get away or use one yourself to power through it. I wish they could have done that. I would have liked to see they use strong attacks, but I would like to see them use their warrior specials and stuff like that. Your party has a tendency to not shut up at times, especially when you're in a camp trying to upgrade stuff. The ability to not be able to shut that off, that actual complaint, that sucks. That you can't do anything about that. You're like, would you like to upgrade this? Success! Would you like to upgrade this? Success! It's just, it gets old real fast. And sometimes the mission confirmation, the system messages during missions, little too slow compared to the other Warriors games. Especially, it can get, in some very rare instances, it can screw you over, like it did for me twice during history mode. I would give an example of this. We're about to run out of time here. I wish they could have just sped it up, and that would have been nice. And the Shadow Dragon cache should have been involved faster. Just a bit. They could have been involved in the plot a little bit faster. But that's just me. I'm saying that's just me. And sometimes the game crashes, but I fucking love Fire Emblem Warriors. Good game. I'm glad you guys got me into it. Thank you so much. I'm glad I listened to you guys. Anyway, that's Volzin out of the way. He's legit toast, and we get Bolganon for ourselves. And yeah, I'll be planning to forge that too in due time. Ding ding, we're done. We have it, Nyna. Your home is now rightfully yours again. Don't mind the mess. I'm sure we'll get it nice and ordered out soon. Yeah, it was here. I think it was here that I noticed that my mic was muted, and I was like, oops. Oh well. Fortunately, I managed to get most of the commentary that I got out of the way, and if that did not go through, I would have been really pissed off. But fortunately not. not the case. So yeah, Nyna decides for your hard work, for your hard work, Star-Lord, I will give you the Parthia, which is the magic bow of hopes and dreams, and fire arrows, which it unfortunately can no longer do in this game. I share the single tier because that was the best part about the Parthia. You bastards, what could you do to my Parthia? I'm gonna go complain Zin about that because he loves George. Parthia!